Do you ever feel like you're constantly running out of time, even though you're not doing anything? Like your to-do list keeps growing and growing, but somehow you always find yourself scrolling. Let me guess. You're probably already thinking about clicking away, right? Well, that will make kind of sense. The average viewer's attention lasts about 47 seconds, which means by the time I finish the sentence, some of you will probably already be gone. But here's the catch. That's not an accident. And it's not your fault. Our attention has been engineered to be shorter because there's an entire trillion-dollar industry fighting to control it. It's the era of the attention economy, a system designed to hijack your attention and your focus one notification at a time. So if you manage to stick around for the entire duration of this video, not only will you understand how the attention economy works, but also what you can do to take back control. Let's start with the basics. What is the attention economy? It's not just some random buzzword, it's a multi-trillion euro industry. Yes, trillion. Now you might be thinking, how exactly does the fact that I spend time on my phone, on my smart TV, on my laptop, on my tablet possibly generate money? I'm not actually buying anything, I'm just looking at funny cat memes or two people at a Coldplay concert, right? Wrong. In a world where information is endless, your attention is the most valuable resource there is. Don't take it from me. Check out this snippet of an interview with Chris Hayes, author of the best-selling book, The Siren's Call: How Attention Became the Most Endangered Resource.
In an information-rich environment, right, which is the information economy, Herb Simon has this insight back in the 1970s that attention is the scarce resource. Right? Information consumes attention. Information is basically infinite and replicable. There's tons of data out there. The thing that's finite is our attention. It can only be in one place or another. And so attention becomes actually the really important currency of the age. And in fact, when you look at companies like Google and Meta, right, what are they actually monetizing? They're actually monetizing our attention, much more than they're monetizing information.
Global entertainment and media industry revenues are set to hit around 3 trillion euros by 2029. So as you can see, keeping your attention is incredibly profitable, and to win this valuable commodity, social media platforms use algorithms designed to keep you hooked. So don't feel guilty. This isn't just a bad habit or a personal problem. It's much bigger than that. It's a system that has been purposely engineered to keep your attention. So how does the attention economy actually work? Well, you've heard it before. You probably know the answer. The algorithm. Think of it like a casino. It's built on uncertainty with just enough small rewards to keep you coming back. The difference is, in this case, the house always wins. And here's the scary part. The algorithms driving this system are designed not just to predict your behavior, but to shape it. And this isn't just happening on social media, because the attention economy has spread into every corner of our lives, from the news we consume to how we work and even how we relax. Think of your favorite streaming services. They are actively trying to maximize their viewing time through multiple strategies, like personalized recommendations, continue watching features, or the fact that your next episode is automatically being played for you after the previous one, and you lie to yourself and you say, just one more episode before bed, but they just keep on coming. So this is clearly an effective strategy because on average, people spend 1 hour and 22 minutes per day streaming online movies and TV shows. But let's refocus over here, shall we? See how easy it is to get off topic? Speaking of which, you might know about this one study that claims that our attention span is just 8 seconds today. That is shorter than that of a goldfish. But I say it's time to set the record straight, because this is a myth and it has been busted. In reality, our attention span sits at around 47 seconds. Still, the message is clear. All of this shorter form content that we are consuming and have been consuming for some time now has primed our brains to lose focus at a much faster rate than ever before. We now know that all of this excessive consumption of short video content dramatically increases the risk of depression in young people, which can lead to a variety of issues like low concentration and decreased academic performance. And it's not just about the short form content we're consuming, it's the constant notifications, interruptions, pings, DMs, likes, comments, engagement. It's everything all together happening all at once, and it makes it so hard to do about anything really. And studies have actually shown that it takes around 23 to 25 minutes to get back on track after being distracted. This is because of something called the attention residue, where even brief interruptions like just quickly checking the chat, with the tea to see what's happening there, they can linger and affect how well we focus. These distractions stack up over the day. We end up giving only half of our attention to what really matters. We're only half there in work, in school, in relationships, and it also adds to stress and burnout.
I definitely feel like my attention span has deteriorated over the last few years. I remember reading lots of books as a child, which really wasn't a problem for me. But nowadays, when I have a longer task, I kind of catch myself grabbing onto my phone and then just scrolling through Instagram, for example, or other social medias without even noticing.
My attention span has gone not bad, worse. Sometimes I find myself maybe sitting at a table with people and taking my phone just to scroll, for example, on the Instagram views of the story. So I just wanted to check who saw my story, even though I am like in a public situation with someone else. So yeah, I definitely think my daily life is affected by it, and it makes me mad if now we think about it, but unfortunately, yes.
Every time I'm doing anything, I feel like something important can happen on my phone, and I have to check my phone every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. Also, if I'm not waiting for a message or a call or something specific, it's like I'm waiting for something and I have to check it.
And this isn't just affecting our productivity, it's affecting our mental health as well. And if you think about it, in the fight for our attention, the content that is most visible, in other words, the content that the algorithm pushes to us, tends to be provocative, sensational, emotionally charged. And why? Because content that steers controversy or strong emotions causes more people to engage through comments and likes, which in turn feeds the algorithm. This means that clickbait, hyperbolic language, and overly filtered images are what is pushed to the forefront of our attention. That's why we keep seeing more and more fake versions of each other, of ourselves, and the world around us. And we get so used to all of this that it starts distorting our own sense of reality. And suddenly, everyone else's lives look so much better, so much more interesting than our own. And the bridge between reality and the online world will even become smaller. Think about headsets, smart glasses, that overlay virtual content in the real world, literally in our living room. They immerse us in this digital world and then present our valuable data to corporations. There are already some virtual reality headsets available on the market that have sensors that can recognize emotional states based on precise fluctuations in pupil diameter and rapid eye movements. But I have some very good news. The people are starting to push back. In the EU, we have the Digital Services Act and the Digital Markets Act, which address how platforms exploit our attention. The Digital Services Act was established to force social media platforms to be more transparent about how their algorithms work. The Digital Markets Act, on the other hand, allows users to gain more control over their personal data. Users can now decide whether companies can use their data across different services, and even if they want them to allow tracking and profiling for advertising purposes. These regulations are designed to increase transparency, since platforms will have to show how their algorithms work and how they prioritize content. It's a step towards giving users more control over their digital lives. But the fight isn't over yet. There are still debates on whether platforms should or should not be held accountable for the psychological effects of their designs, like infinite scrolling and autoplay. In October 2023, one European Parliament press release outlined a debate on digital addiction. This report warned of the addictive nature of certain digital services, including online games, social media, streaming services, and online marketplaces. Oh my God, there are so many. And I quote from this press release that they exploit people's vulnerabilities to capture their attention and monetize their data. The conclusion here is that European rules are key to make platforms less addictive. And while these policies are a good start, the real change has to come from us.
So I just like to put my phone away physically. This physical distance really helps me to kind of get distracted less, and if I just put my phone in a different room, I feel like this helps a lot.
First of all, like putting on not disturb mode, because sometimes when you're working, so maybe you need your phone close to you, you see notification popping up, you're tempting to take it and see what's going on.
I think that I find really useful is to enable notification on my smartwatch, just to keep on my smartwatch only important notification like messages and calls, so that if there is a notification only on the phone and not on my smartwatch, I know that it's not important. It can be a social media or something other, and I don't have to look at it immediately.
So as you can see, it's not about quitting technology altogether. It's about using it on your own terms. Your attention is valuable. Do not let anyone steal it. The attention economy isn't going anywhere. But you know what? Neither are we. Because the more we understand how it works, the more power we have to take back control. Thank you so much for having spent your time and valuable attention watching this video. And if you watched till the very end, right here, right now, congratulations! I knew you were not a goldfish. But if you're watching this instead of working or studying, well, let's call it a strategic break, shall we? Have a good one, and see you next time.